Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, today I have something different for you. This is my first ever tent review on the Mixed Flip channel. And as you guys know, if you watch my channel, you guys know my style. I'm a gun and gear guy, off-road vehicle guy, survival prepper guy. And I was at SEMA a couple months back and I stopped by this booth called NAPIER. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And they're out of Canada and they make a cool tent that actually attaches to your vehicle, and you could use this on an SUV, a minivan, or a truck with a camper on it. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to set this up, and then we'll do a tour inside and out of this tent. All right, so let's just take a quick look at this tent before I unpack it. As you can see, it just fits right in the back of your SUV. Doesn't take up a whole lot of space, just about as much space as you know, a large backpack or a suitcase. And it's got the dimensions on here. 10 feet wide, 10 feet deep, and it's also got this patio lanai area, which is about 6 foot deep and 7 feet wide. It's about 7.25 feet tall, and then the lanai area is about 6 feet tall. So there's a little bit difference in the height there, not much though. It's got these retaining straps to keep everything nice and compact. Once you take it out of the box, you'll see a set of instructions with a gear list of poles, stakes, guide ropes, and other small parts that you'll need to put this together. All right, so let's do like most men and not read the instructions. Just do this without instructions. No, I'm just kidding. Now, we're gonna use the instructions because I've never set up a tent like this before. I mean, I've set up many tents before, but never this tent. All right, so it's pretty straightforward. You're gonna take the tent out of the bag and lay it all out, and then orient the vehicle sleeve towards the opening of your vehicle. Pretty straightforward stuff, common sense. The poles are super easy to assemble. They're actually bungee together. So all you got to do is just do that. Pull them apart, put them back together, and kind of assemble themselves. And they also come with these fiberglass poles, which also are very easy to assemble. So as you can see, here's the fiberglass poles that are inserted into the sleeves, all four sides, and then all joined in the center cap there. All right, so as you can see, doing this by yourself can be a little tricky, but it can be done. Keep in mind, this is my first time ever doing it. I'm going step by step by the instructions, but you can do it by yourself. All right, so once you have the basic shape up, it's gonna flop around a little bit because there's no support really, and that's what these little hooks are for. Here's a little insider tip if you're putting this tent together by yourself. As you can see, this thing got really floppy in the beginning because I don't have anybody helping me. What really helps is if you take this opening, this hatch that goes to your vehicle, put it on there as soon as you can. Once you get two poles on, put it on your hatch and then put the rest of the poles on, because that'll really help you like a third arm to just keep this thing kind of steady, to keep it from flopping around, especially if there's some wind out here. All right, so here's the big selling point to this tent compared to all other tents out there. This vehicle tent actually has this weather resistant hatch that goes into your vehicle. And as you can see, it's kind of bungee, so it can fit any size vehicle. So as you can see, it has these really large clips that can pull right around and attach to the inside of your fender. And then you just cinch it down just like that. Here's a nice touch. On the top, you can cinch this down over your roof rack just like that. Just buckle this right around. But if you don't have a roof rack and you have nothing up here at all to attach to, they provide you with this extra strap that you can actually set up to reach all the way down to the front of your hood. You just wrap it around and hook it on there. So here's something I noticed that was pretty nice about this tent. Not only does it have the bungee strap to keep the weather and the wind out, it has a secondary bungee lining on the inside. And what that's for is so when you tighten your tent down and it starts to pull away from the vehicle a little bit, you'll still have that secondary bungee on the inside to maintain that weather resistance. So here's a look at that bottom sleeve. It's actually really thick. I don't know what denier nylon that is, but it's a super thick nylon that you could step on and really get rough with. It's not going to tear like this thinner stuff up here, but this stuff doesn't really touch the ground. This could possibly touch the ground and other objects, so it's super thick, and it has this strap here that comes up so you can cinch this whole thing down nice and tight. So if it's loose, you can just make it nice and tight, which is nice. And then remember, there's a secondary bungee in there to keep that moisture and weather and wind out. And also make sure you keep your tailpipe outside your tent. Of course, you wouldn't want to turn your vehicle on when you're in the tent because of carbon monoxide, but still, you don't want this inside your tent. Plus, it wouldn't seal up properly anyways. And then here's that that inside sleeve. You're going to want to take that center support strap and attach this to your hatch latch on the thing right there, and then just cinch this up to the desired length. So that gives you support right there. And then you also have these other straps too to attach to different areas inside your vehicle. So everything is nice and supported. Here's a nice touch. If you want privacy from the vehicle side of your tent to the main side of the tent, you can put this up. Just like that, and you got privacy on this side to that side. But if you want to have this open but with a screen, all you got to do is unzip that flap right there, and you have a screen that separates the two areas. All right, so there you have it. That's the basic tent. But this tent is a little bit different. This is like the deluxe model. And this is what actually attracted me to their booth at SEMA. This tent actually has a little patio area, or lanai area if you're from Hawaii. And it's kind of nice. It extends the living space of this tent even bigger, which is something I really like. Let's check that out. All right, so let's take a closer look at the NAPIER SUV tent. This one's nice because it has the lanai area, or kind of a mud room. You could sit down out of the rain, out of the elements, take your shoes off, just keep them in here. Keep all the dirty, wet stuff in here. You know, have a table or something set up here. And you've got a window in here. You can open this up if you want to. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and open it up. Just like that, and it's on both sides. So you can have a breeze in here if you're in a desert climate like where I'm at now. You can zip this up from the inside, and it also has zippers on the bottom to secure it, to keep the creepy crawlers out. Same thing with these. If you want to create a cross breeze, just open these up, and you got a nice airy lanai. And you could even just sit here in the morning and have coffee or whatever if you don't want to be outside where the bugs are. And then once you are all set to go inside the main area of your castle, it actually has a D-shaped door that opens all the way open here, and you can actually clasp that open, and you can walk right into your main living area, which is pretty nice. Like I said, it's got that nice tight seal around your vehicle. I've got a old surplus army sleeping bag over there, but to kind of give you guys a reference of how much space you have. Tons of room in here, as you can see, tons of headroom. And there's also attachments for gear storage up here. It's got a D-ring up here so you can hang a lantern or lights. Same thing over here too. If you want to create some ventilation, can open that up. Got a nice little cross breeze going through here. Very nice. Got some storage pockets for personal gear. And then obviously you have access if you want to climb into your vehicle and do what you got to do in here, nice and safe and warm and away from the tent area over there. Very nice. And then you can just hop right back out. I like this a lot. Very, very nice. Alright guys, so there you have it. That's the NAPIER SUV tent. And as you can see, this thing is pretty cool. It's nice and big. It fits my whole family. I got 2 little boys and a wife, so we can all fit in here no problem. I like the fact that it's secured down to my SUV, so it's not going to blow away when the weather gets rough. This model here even comes with a rainfly and an awning, so when the weather gets rough, you don't have to worry about that rain coming through your tent. And then the awning obviously makes it nice for when it's real sunny and you have more shaded area. You can sit down and just relax. Really nice. As you can see, you can put this tent up by yourself if you had to. I did it myself, obviously. The rainfly can be a little difficult to put up over a fully assembled tent because it's so tall. But a little trick that I learned is that if you use the poles and just put the pole underneath the rainfly and guide it over the top of the tent, you can put that on no problem. Again, I like the fact that it has the lanai area off to the side. It's like a mud room where you can take your dirty shoes off, your wet clothes off, and kind of leave it off to the side, not into the main tent area. And then obviously you can walk into the main tent area nice and clean. That's really nice. And then in the awning area, you can set up your cook space if you wanted to. Some people don't like to cook inside a tent. I wouldn't recommend cooking inside a tent. You can eat inside there, but I wouldn't cook in there. But yeah, have your stuff set up outside but still covered. And then you still have access to the inside of your SUV. So you don't have to walk out and go to your car and then walk back in. It's all one big living space, and I really like that. All right, guys, so if you have any comments about this tent, please leave them in the comments below. And if you have any questions, definitely give the folks at NAPIEROutdoors.com a call or contact them on their website. They'd be happy to answer any questions you have that I didn't answer in this video. Please hit that like button. It really helps me bring fun videos like this to you guys. Share this video on your Facebook and other social media. And subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I appreciate it. All right, guys, take care. You can order Napier products online at NAPIEROutdoors.com, or you can go to Bass Pro Shops, REI, Cabela's, and other retailers.